exactly to say.
Battle for the Chenault Cup. Hyenas of Texas A&M Kingsville versus the Lions of Texas A&M Commerce battle for the Chenault Cup trophy. And here are your hosts, Ken Tyler and Denver Diefenbach.
Welcome, football fans, to Saturday night here in Kingsville, Texas. Beautiful Javelina Stadium. Next to me, Denver Diefenbach. I'm Ken Tyler, and we're here watching the Texas A&M Kingsville Javelinas playing the Texas A&M Commerce Lions. This will be one of the most historic matchups actually in Division II football. Denver, we've talked about these guys quite a bit today already through the pregame show and through the Tailgate Central. But this is actually the longest standing rivalry in either program's history. Started out in 1930. They've been playing every year since 1954. 36, 23-1 is actually what the Javelinas are edging out the Lions thus far. So, I mean, this is a really historic matchup, recognizing the late Lieutenant General Claire Chenault, Commerce native. He was a commander of the 14th Air Force during World War II. Since 1991, when it became the Chenault Cup, the Javelinas are 13-3, and the Chenault Cup is actually sitting at home in the Commerce Lions trophy case after last year's 21-14 win in Commerce over Kingsville in overtime. And that overtime game, it was really tough for the Javelinas, huh?
Yeah, Ken. It was a real rainy day. The Javelinas were up that game, and it ended up 14-7. They were up. Lions stormed back, made it 14-14, and ended up taking it in overtime, 21-14. But yeah, Ken, as you said, Commerce that started in 1992 between the two schools, between the Javelinas and the Lions, and the Javelinas have won a big majority of them. And it wasn't until last year, as you said, that the Lions pulled one out. So it'll be interesting this week to see where the trophy is going to go. And we do have an interesting matchup in the fact that both of these schools are both 0-2 in Lone Star Conference play, but both have played the number 1 and number 2 team in the conference in West Texas A&M, as well as Midwestern State University. The Lions of Texas A&M University Commerce put up a little bit more points and played a little bit better defense than the Javelinas did when they played against those schools. So it'll be interesting to see how the two compare against each other. Both of them do have an undefeated record in non-conference games. It's just this Lone Star Conference foes that have kind of been getting to them. So it'll be real interesting seeing them square away tonight at this homecoming festivities and everything going down here at Texas A&M University Kingsville.
Yeah, and actually thus far, Midwestern is actually third in the conference. You know, they're third right now behind Tarleton State and West Texas. Tarleton sitting at 2-0. In conference play. Midwestern lost one of those games, but they are on a 2-game winning streak coming into that. They lost that game early, which I believe was to Tarleton, wasn't it?
It was that was at AT&T
That was at AT&T Stadium.
Yep.
Commerce sitting right behind Kingsville at 2-2 on the year, and both teams, as you said, played the 1 and 3 teams in the conference. But West Texas just absolutely looking unstoppable thus far through the year.
They really
so we'll
have.
see.
They really have. They're ranked number 4 right now, and after that number 1 upset with Valdosta, I'm pretty sure we're definitely going to see West Texas moving up. But Ken, we talked about this matchup today. We talked about the arm of Tyler Carlson coming in today from Commerce. You know, the junior is 18th in the nation right now in passing yards, 20th in passing yards per game. So a real competitive guy. This win tonight is going to affect him.
I see it affecting him on more of the aspect of how he runs this offense, not so much in the fact of that they're going to change it, but just his ability to get the ball out of his hand quick is going to be one of his biggest assets tonight. And he does a very good job of that. And the guys on the outside for him, they're going to have to really figure out how to make these Javelina defenders get a little space between them, themselves and the Javelina defenders, and the Javelinas are going to have to do a better job of playing pass coverage and just keeping these short routes at bay. And we'll have to see this freshman running back for the Lions is going to have a game like he's had thus far this season. He's done pretty well.
Yeah, he's done enough to keep them consistent and able to run a little bit. But yeah, they are last in the Lone Star Conference in rushing this season. So it'll be really interesting. But right now the captains are meeting for each team. You got number 11, Derek Tesh, number 1, Clyde Lee, number 7, Robert Armstrong, and number 99, Zane Brown, representing your Texas A&M University Kingsville Javelinas. On the Lions side, you got number 99, Jake Williams, number 58, Stephen Ford, number 33, Alan Beatty, and I'm trying to get this last number for you.
56, Matt Claggett, who is actually one one of their
impact
players.
Defense, as we
yeah,
talked about.
He leads their defense in tackles. I believe it's somewhere around 36, which, you know, we've seen a lot of these teams that have really big numbers on the tackling side of the ball, or on the defense side of the ball in tackles, but on both sides of the ball tonight, we don't see really impressive numbers except for with maybe their offense, with the arm of
other than that, too,
Rollison.
Two mediocre defenses. I mean, well, the defense of the Javelinas have held their own. Just hasn't quite, you know, been enough against some top-notch offenses that we've seen at MSU and.
It's kind of tough
West
whenever
Texas.
you play the #1 quarterback in the nation.
Yeah, very true. You know, but we
With
haven't
the
talked
wind at his
about
back.
we haven't talked about the Javelina offense. We talked about it, you know, all day and all week in a sense. We got freshman Caleb Bedford,
Yes, we do.
who started last week against MSU, and you saw some freshman mistakes, some rookie mistakes in a sense. It was his first start, his actually first collegiate appearance, and they're going with him again, Ken.
Well, but the thing is that he gives them, I feel like, the best chance to really make a huge impact as a passer, because he will. I mean, obviously he's going to have some of those freshman mistakes, being the true freshman that he is,
right.
And, you know, being 18, 19 years old, 17, 18, 19, whatever he is. It's going to be tough for him those first couple days. We saw a lot last week, him not understanding the protection as much with the way that Midwestern would put these guys in the box and this extra guy in the box and send an extra blitzer in. And he got sacked a couple times, and he threw those 2 picks. And a lot of that was due to the pressure that the Midwestern State front and linebackers and also their defensive backs put on him, and that pass protection for the offensive line and these running backs. You know, we'll see if Cornelius Shackelford and Greg Petrie, Petrie might have some problems in the pass protection, being the size that he is. I mean, he's not a big guy. He's only he's 5'7", 172 pounds, but he's a receiver. He was a receiver at the beginning of this year, and now he's moved to running back to take a little bit of that speed and see if he can utilize it in the backfield. But he might have a little bit of a problem in the back in the protection game for the Javelinas. Correct.
And you know, Ken, there's 2 big guys we talked about for the Lions tonight, Tevin Moore and Charles Tuau. Both of these guys, you know, big men on the defensive front. They're
Charles Tuau's a huge guy.
They're 310 pounds, 6'3", but both these guys are nationally ranked right now in sacks per game. They got 5 sacks on the season so far this year. You know, the tackles for loss that these guys have 9.5 for Moore and 9 for Charles Tuau. So both these guys are nationally ranked in those aspects, and they are first and second in the Lone Star Conference in both of those categories as well. So a real strong defensive front, which will be real interesting against this Javelina offense, who you know, likes to run the ball, or likes to keep the ball on the ground. And now they're going to have to avoid, you know, this brick wall defensive line that the Lions bring today. So it will be interesting to see what they'll have to do and maybe get the ball out to key playmakers like Robert Armstrong and Derek Tesh, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the biggest things. But in talking about Tuay, we're going to really have to see what this Javelina offensive line can do against a guy like Tuay, who's such a huge force. I mean, 6'5", almost. I mean, he's 310.
Yeah, he's a big guy, big nose tackle.
Big nose tackle.
Scary thing to look up as a center.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, you know, we'll see what the Javelina offensive line can do, but it's not going to be the brunt's not going to just be put on the center tonight. I think it's going to be put on the entire offensive line, because I mean, you're going to have to double team that guy. Yeah. So we'll see what they can really do tonight as a unit, opposed to just one guy really having to take the brunt of that impact, because he's going to be a big force all night.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who wins that war in the trenches. I think, as we've talked about every week, and especially this week, it's going to be really important. But Javelinas will be getting the ball first. We got number 96 for the Lions out there, Cameron Frosch. Cameron Frosch is also their punter. He's done a great job punting this year. He's 32 punts for a little over 40-yard average.
Not as great of a job on the kickoffs, though.
No,
he's had a little bit of trouble.
He's got 5 and 20s on the punts, but doesn't have the biggest boot. But their kicker, Saul Martinez, who we'll see tonight, a little weak on there. His longest is only 34. So the kicking game has not been the strongest suit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. It's number 6 in the backfield for your Javelinas, Shane Prater, as well as number 1, Clyde Lee, on the return. And it's the wind-aided, so yeah, a wind-aided kickoff is definitely going to be a touchback there.
Yep, and we've seen a lot of that from the Javelinas, not really taking much chance on those kickoffs. So we'll see how much this win is going to affect them, especially later on when they turn it around. So
yeah, and the Javelinas are going to be going against the wind for this first drive. So
yeah, we might see a lot of on the ground.
We definitely will, Ken.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, here we go.
Well, first off,
number 8, Caleb Bedford, as we talked about. be your starting quarterback tonight.
Yep,
And
Bedford did a pretty good job last week, but we'll see how he does. He comes out in that trips right set for the Javelinas himself, or one back in the backfield, and that's Petrie. No, I don't know who that one is. That's number 13.
Anthony Washington, I believe.
Excuse me, Anthony Washington.
Yep.
That is
so
Anthony
he's been
Washington.
battling injuries a little bit this season, and that was his first. I think that's his first start since week 1.
Yes,
and
it was.
right there, he gained a yard
Week
on
2,
the
I
little
believe.
handoff.
Week 2, he played it. He started a game. Well, the
Central
exhibition
Washington
game.
Was
The exhibition game against
Monterey
against Monterey. Yeah.
In that same formation, you got Washington on Bedford's
opposite
right this
side.
time.
Yep.
Shotgun formation. Looks for a quick screen, finds nothing, has to try to make something of it.
Gains about 2 yards on, or 1 or 2 yards on that
Maybe
one.
at
Looked like
most.
a pretty good job of getting something out of nothing right there.
Yeah,
Number
56, Matt Claggett, who you talked about so much today, Ken, being
Yeah.
one of the big playmakers on defense, one of the captains for the Lion defense.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of this actually tonight. They do substitute in packages, and that's why you see most of those linebackers not really, guys like Claggett, not having a ton of impact on the pass rush side, because they have guys that are strictly meant to do that.
Right.
And really, especially on this 3rd down and 8 right here for the Javelinas, they have more of their pass defense in there right now. So you see guys like Cole Pitts, who I talked about, in there, and we'll see Anthony Washington in motion, and Bedford fumbles the ball right there and almost picked up by number 69. I believe it might have been.
I think it was recovered.
Yep, recovered by number 69, Charles Tue, who we talked about a ton. That'll actually be his 2nd fumble, I believe.
Yeah.
Fumble recovery on the year.
And I really don't know who forced it. It looks like Bedford was kind of carrying the ball like a loaf of bread there. Couldn't really make up his mind if he wanted to pitch it or not. Decided to keep it and then maybe pitch it, and you see him suffer. So now it's going to bring Rawlison and the Lions with amazing field position, starting at the Javelina 24-yard line.
Yeah, and actually with their back getting the wind, I mean, they might try to go take a shot right here at the end zone. We might see that.
We'll see. Out by himself right now for the Lions, number 8, Stacy Howard, who we talked about a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to be. They like to line him up in the trip set off to his right, and he's going to hand the ball off here to number 29, who we haven't seen much of. That's Deontay Taylor.
Yeah, Deontay Taylor, we didn't really talk about too much today. He's not really listed as having too many stats. He might have been battling some injuries, but yeah, he's not listed on their stats of having any carries. Yeah,
pretty good run right there for about 5 or 6 yards for the Lions on that first play. Good job moving the ball. I mean, that's going to be the big thing. You see right there, number 1, Seth Smith in motion, and Rawlison's going to roll out and be taken down for a sack. Right about 1 yard right there. That'll be a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, again, it was number 35, Brandon James, who stayed on the quarterback right there. You saw Rawlison fake the handoff, and they looked like they were going to go out for a quick little pass, but Brandon James definitely stopped him for a good loss there.
Yeah, and as we talked about, the biggest thing for him is going to be getting the ball out of his hand quick. This line is kind of soft, kind of small, giving up 19 sacks already, so we're going to have to see him getting the ball out of his hand quick, even with the wind at his back. And we almost see it again. Zane Brown getting through there that time, and a man wide open drops a pass. That's number 16 on the drop, Tevin Godfrey, who's just, that hit him right in the hands. A bad throw, though.
Well,
It was a little low, a little away from him. He had to turn all the way around to get his hands on it. But
yeah, it was a great job of Rawlison, the elusiveness he had there to find Godfrey open over there. A little low throw. I think it should have been caught by Godfrey, and probably would have been a touchdown there.
Yep, definitely. But, they're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt here,
this is
as
be
you
a
said.
42-yarder, and his longest this season is 34. He does have the win. This is Saul Martinez. It
looks like it's off.
It's
Just sneaks it in the corner there. Wow.
So that's his longest field goal, which so a quick 3 points there. Didn't really go how either team liked, but the Lions are definitely not going to complain with a quick 3 points right there. With 12 minutes and 31 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah,
the Lions are already on the board, 3-0.
Oh man, that was just rough for Saul Martinez right there. That looked like it went off the side of his foot the wrong way. So it looks like we're going to take a break here, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Squirrely's Liquor is a proud sponsor of Javelina Athletics and the Javelina Broadcast Network. They are located at 1701 South Brahma Boulevard in Kingsville, Texas. They have the largest selection of draft beer, wine, imports, and cigars in Clayburgh County. Squirrely's Liquor says don't drink and drive, so give them a call at 361-595-1818 or just visit them online at squirrelysliquor.com. Thank you to Squirrely's Liquor.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out. Our recreation center with everything you'd expect at a brand new gym.
Decent kick by Saul Martinez to extend his long for the season.
Yeah, definitely a little wind aided. You saw it just kind of barely have enough and kind of almost fading off to the left, but it was just enough to give 3 points, and he's now 5 for 7 on the season. So
decent job there by Martinez.
It
not
was.
much you can really say, except for that he did a good job in using that wind to really sneak it in the corner. So we'll see.
So same sequence once again, and definitely the wind's going to take it out of bounds. So that'll be another touchback for Frosch, and Javelinas will get another chance starting at their own 25-yard line coming up here.
Yep. So we'll see Caleb Bedford coming out here for his second attempt for the Javelinas, second drive, and on that first one, I mean, he did a good job until that fumble right there. He was moving the ball a little bit. They only gained 2 yards, but he was on a 3rd and 7, excuse me, and he went to pitch and it popped out.
I think he should have pitched a little bit earlier. He was trying to draw some contact before he got it out there and tried to do a little bit too much there and definitely paid the price for it. So it'll be interesting to see what he does this drive.
Good job by the defense, though, in holding the Lions to only 3 points. And, just hit him right in the hands there. That would be number 7, Robert Armstrong, the big target for Caleb Bedford. That's his most experienced receiver out here.
Yeah,
and he's the best one.
And I don't know, it looked like it was a little high. It was a good pass, something Armstrong definitely catches. It looked like it had a little knuckle to it, maybe because it was against the wind, but it seemed like Armstrong just kind of went up for it and then brought his hands down. It's kind of an awkward ordeal there, but it's definitely going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and the big thing you have to worry about is Caleb Bedford, not only 6'3", he's a big guy. 6'3" is pretty big, but Bedford dropping back here again, and he's going to have to get it over that line. Good throw out there to number 12, Musa Mahmoud, who's making some moves right here, making a good gain there for the Javelinas, picking up the first down for the Javelinas there. Yeah, great job.
That was a great job for him to get it out there perfectly, and great job by Mahmoud to made that tackle. There's number 25, Cameron Napoleon, who finally pulled down Mahmoud there, but not after a decent gain.
Yeah, that looks to be one of their free safeties. And doesn't really look like a big guy out there. That number 25, I believe, is what you said. Cameron Napoleon, 5'8", 180-pound freshman.
Yeah.
Freshman out there on Mahmoud, who's a pretty big receiver out there on the outside for Bedford. Yeah, Mahmoud's 6'3", 270.
That's Armstrong again. This time
good move there by Armstrong to evade a tackler and get out there and gain a few extra yards right there.
Yeah, good 7-yard gain for the senior. As we talked about earlier, he's 26 catches away from breaking the all-time TAMUK Texas A&M University Kingsville record for receptions, and that'll put him just one more closer.
Yep, one closer right there. So we'll see if he can see what he can do in these next couple drives and maybe get himself a little bit closer.
Right.
Into the wind right there. That's a good throw from Bedford.
Yeah, he's been making some good throws, and they're doing it again. Same play to Armstrong.
It looked like he got it right there, but it's going to be...
he ended up making the catch.
Yeah.
Kind of bobbled it. I don't think they're really going to get anything.
Yeah, I think they might give him one maybe.
Oh, they are giving him some...
Oh, yep, that'd be forward progress.
Wow, because of the bobble, I figured they might take him back 1 or 2, but yeah.
I think that's considered a fumble, though. So
well, then it should still be moving back. I think he's going to get some good field range here. Regardless, a decent pass, same play that we just saw, a little quick in route for Armstrong, or quick curl route, and he makes the awkward catch, a little bobble, but got the catch, and it actually was enough for a first down.
And actually, we see Shackelford in the backfield now checking in for the Javelinas. This might be the biggest thing for them. They need to get this running game going. I mean, they're doing a good job of getting these short little routes,
they
but
keep this passing game up to open up that rushing game, especially with a hoss like Shackelford, who we're going to see right now.
Right here, Shackelford moving, making. Oh man, as we've said in the past, it's taking 3 to 5 guys to get Shackelford down.
Looks like that was DeVaris Shores, number 41 for the Lions, who finally kind of wrapped him up by the legs to get him down.
Yeah, Shackelford. As we talked about in our opening, he is the ex-linebacker for the Javelinas, moved to running back just because of the way he runs the ball and his speed. He's got some great power, so we'll see what he can do here for the Javelinas as he is in the backfield once again with Bedford. Bedford snap and a throw, almost picked off, hit number 4 for the Lions. Ronald Fields right in the hands after it went through the hands of number 12, Musa Mahmoud once again. And Mahmoud's proven to be one of Bedford's favorite targets thus far through the first quarter. I mean,
Yeah, he's
10
running
minutes,
some good
26
routes,
seconds left.
especially after that quick out route he did and made a good play on it. But yeah, Fields, surprisingly there, Fields is a good playmaker for them.
Yeah.
He's their punt returner, one of their kick returners. He already has a pick on the season.
Yep.
I bet he's kind of upset at himself for not getting pick number 2 right there.
Yeah, Bedford put some mustard on that one, and he'll drop back again, evading, getting up into the pocket and moving up forward, and he's going to be just 2 or 3 yards on that play right there.
Yeah.
But man, good job right there by Bedford, moving up in the pocket and getting out of the way of those big defenders like we talked about in the opening. Those guys are going to be doing a good job. That'll bring up 4th down for the Javelinas, so we will see Angel Millon's first punt after last week where he was pulled, I believe, in the 2nd or 3rd quarter for the Javelinas, and we'll see what he can do this time. Just a bad 2 weeks for Millon, though. The last 2 weeks before this, not having a good week, especially into the wind, so we'll see what he can do here for his first punt.
So it's fair caught.
Calls for the fair catch.
It's taking a Javelina bounce, so there
Yes,
it goes.
it will.
A great
There we
bounce
go.
for him. It's going to go all the way down to looks about the 7-yard line.
Yep, good job right there by Millon,
Yep.
pinning them back deep in their own territory. So we'll see the Lions come out here after this break.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, our recreation center with everything you'd expect at a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride. As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out.
And welcome back to
Recreation Center with
JVM's
everything
coverage
you'd expect
of
in a brand new gym. And our new dining hall, packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
On the outside.
Right, yeah, I mean, the whole defensive front right there for the Lions just kind of swallowed them up. Kind of, it's like they sniffed that play out from the get-go.
Yeah, definitely. Petrie is going to be one of the big impacts of stretching these this defensive line and these linebackers for the Lions defense. So we're going to have to see what Caleb Bedford can do here. 2nd down and 12. He's still got Petrie in the backfield with him, but we will see if they throw the ball here. Nope, it looks like they're going to run it right up the middle with that power quarterback run, and he's going to be taken down after about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Looked to be a pretty decent gain there from Bedford. Bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Javelina offense. Checking into the game, LaFleur and Shane Prater, who we talked about having the longest reception of the year, 32 yards, which is pretty unimpressive, but I mean, we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting call right here with 3rd and 7. Imagine they'll probably try to pass it here.
Absolutely. I mean, 3rd and 7, kind of have to.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Oh, and he looks like, he almost got away from it, but big number 91 there to clean it up for the Lions, Tevin Moore, who you talked about.
Well, yeah, he's 15th in the nation right now in
Well,
sacks per
that'll take
game.
up half a sack right there.
Yeah, I think he'll probably get half of one on that one. But yeah, we'll definitely probably be seeing a lot of him. Tevin Moore.
That might have been Tui on the other side of that. So.
Yep, 2 of the big guys that we've talked about all day long that we're going to be putting pressure on the Javelina's running backs as well as the quarterback.
Yeah, this punt from Mian might not be as productive as that last one pinning him, but.
Yeah, I mean, they're back there a bit. And he's still up against the wind.
Yep.
I mean,
so we can see
number 4, as we discussed, Ronald Fields, who's the punt returner. He has 1 punt return on the year. He's
50.
already at the 50-yard line, so already some decent field position. He's waving for the fair catch and
take it at the 47. It looks like he
looks like he kind of just caught it and set it down real quick.
Okay,
but
it looked like a drop from here. But
another good field positioning for the Lions. I mean, they're already at the Javelina's 46. So, but they honestly they haven't really gotten anything started either. I mean, they have 3 points because of the Javelina turnover right there. That allowed them to, they lost a yard on that drive and still got 3 points. Other than that, we saw that rushing 1st down. But because of that clipping penalty we saw earlier on, they really haven't had a chance to really get anything started.
Yep, and it looks like we're going to take a break here. We'll be right back after these messages.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out. Our recreation center with everything you'd expect at a brand new gym. And our new dining hall, packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Rollison coming out for his 3rd or 4th drive of the game, but he's going to hand it off right away to number 29, Deontay Taylor, but Taylor not getting a whole ton of yards right there, maybe 4 or 5.
That wasn't a bad 1st down run there. Zane Brown kind of held on and piggybacked him down after the gain of 5.
Yeah, no, good job though, but Rollison Rollison hadn't had to do much lately.
No, he's
just kind of.
There's a flag on the ground. It's going to go against Javelina's big time. I don't know. I honestly didn't see the caller.
I didn't either.
With that kind of
Here
drive.
we go. We'll listen. Personal foul on the Javelinas. So
that's stuff that can't happen. I mean, they're already where they kicked their field goal earlier now. I mean, it's just free yards. You'd see you know, make the Lions earn it. They really haven't done much tonight offensively. You know, they literally had a -1 yard drive that ended in 3 points, and now they're right back with positive yards on a penalty. That's putting it in field.
And it looks like they'll get their own penalty right here, and they'll false start on the Lions. So we will back them right back up 5 yards. Let's see what the umpire has to say. Nope. Okay. So no penalty there. So we were wrong, but we will see the Lions coming out on their own 26-yard line. Yes, and start this next series. Oh, and taken down hard, it looked like, by number 11, I believe that was. No. Robert Williams, and number 21 for the Javelinas, Lamont Hill, doing a good job there, coming up in run support. But we'll see what he's doing next.
Yeah, 2nd and 9 right now. He hands it off again, and he's swallowed up by wall of Javelinas. It's going to be number 2, though, Robert Williams again. That really had a big majority of that tackle there. And so now, Ken, you know, 2 back-to-back runs. They've got the win right now. We talked about before the game the importance of utilizing the win, utilizing
letting the win.
Using Tyreek Rollison's arm. And I mean, we're going to see it here with the 3rd and 9, but you know, I'd like to see him be throwing a lot more earlier on in the drive.
Yep, but the pressure is on him once again. So Rollison pumping 3 or 4 times, and then finally getting one out to number 6 there for the Lions. Number 6, Vernon Johnson, his big receiver, who we talked about quite a bit in the opening. He's got 400 plus yards.
Vernon Johnson, their leading receiver. Yeah. He's got 492 yards, 6 of their touchdowns. But yeah, great job for them to kind of make something of nothing there, move Saul Martinez into a closer field goal attempt here. It's going to end up being a 38-yard field goal attempt. He made a 42-yard one earlier, so interesting to see if he can repeat himself here. He still has one. It's a fake. It's a fake, and it works like a charm. Wow.
They might not get the first down, though.
Oh,
they did.
Yeah, well past it. So number 17 for Marcus 4. He's actually a defensive back listed for Commerce here. The senior from Fort Worth, Texas, a great job to pull that kickback and take it to the left side, as you saw there on your screen, to get the first down. Wow, what a call there, Ken.
Yeah, no, great call right there, but that's big right now.
That was big. I mean, yeah, I do like the call right there. I mean, you know, the Lions have been struggling offensively. You think they're going to take some points. You know, okay, this guy's already made a field goal from this distance, he's going to kick another one. And they were not expecting that whatsoever.
Well, they were going for they're going for it right now. Yeah. So we'll see what Rollison can come out here and see if they can capitalize on this. Almost blocked right there. Number 5 for the Javelinas, Anthony Forker, did a good job of, just basically containing Seth Smith right there, who's been one of their biggest receivers.
Yeah, they got a lot of big names out there in Smith and Johnson and Howard, and we will be seeing a lot of them. Well, we have seen less than we anticipated. They've been putting the ball on the ground quite a bit more than we thought. I mean, we knew we were going to see the ball on the ground because of this wind tonight. We got 16-mile-per-hour wind is what our update's showing right now. But right now they have the wind, and they're going to hand it off once. Actually, he keeps the handoff.
He keeps it right there, yep.
And he's going to get a decent game, but not enough for the first down.
5 or 6 yards right there, it looked like. Well, actually, we're being told now that Kai Garrett has already carried 5 times for 22 yards, so I believe there might be a switch in the numbers tonight. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was interesting because I don't see his name on there, Taylor's name that we've been talking about all night, Deontay Taylor. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, because he's listed as number 20 under the statistics.
Yep, so we'll see Bedford throwing here and getting the ball out, and it's going to be dropped right there on the goal line, it looked like. Yeah, but that'll bring up 4th down and about 2 or 3 , so you think they're going for it again?
No, I don't. If they would have gone for it, they would have left their offensive package out there. You know, now they got this is the kind of range. No offense to Martinez, but his longest has only been 34 yards. And, I mean, he had a great job early in that 42, but he kind of snuck it in with wind. So this is more of his range right here. You know, with the way the Javelinas, the young quarterback, the way they're moving the ball, just take as many points as you can.
Absolutely. And that one looks like it's going to make it all the way through there for Martinez. Making the score 6-0. That'll be Martinez's second
field goal of the night. The only points on the board tonight are by the Lions kicker, Martinez.
Yep. So far, Tyreek Rollison 3 of 6 for 11 yards. But looks like we are going to take a break here, and we'll come right back with the next kickoff.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, our recreation center with everything you'd expect at a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And welcome back to JBN coverage of Javelina football. Frosch's next kick is away, and it looks like
another touchback.
Same thing, just a touchback from
Yeah, something
the
Frosch
Javelinas.
hasn't really had a lot of this year's touchbacks, but with the 60-mile-per-hour winds
making up for it tonight,
he's getting them. So it's 3 kickoffs by Frosch and the Lions and 3 touchbacks. So the Javelinas haven't really gotten a start from great field position at all because they have had the wind. They did stop the Lions on that one drive way back there, but a great punt by Frosch as LaFleur downed it all the way at the 21. Probably one of his longest punts of the season, if I checked up on it.
And we did talk about how explosive that offense has been for the Lions, and Tyreek Rollison kind of being held to 11 yards through the air with the wind at his back, which kind of is a little different to me. But we will see Bedford drugged down by number 98.
Actually, that's Bueno.
Oh, Aaron
Bueno is in. So.
Oh, okay. So we will see
another new quarterback.
Another.
Well, Aaron Bueno, he's one of the leading rushers in a sense for the Javelinas in attempt-wise. I mean, he's been seeing him. West Texas A&M. He's played that entire game. Came in that second half against McMurray. But we've seen a lot of Aaron Bueno today. It's I wonder why they took out Bedford and put him back in. But we'll see what he's gonna do. It was already a 7-yard loss though. Yep. So Bueno dropped for 7 yards, and he's gonna drop back and he's gonna throw here, getting it out to almost. Pass intended there for number 81, Jake Willingham, the senior. He put one hand out there, almost made a pretty nice catch. I mean, I think if he was going to get 2 hands on that, he probably would have had to maybe leave his feet and really wouldn't have gotten anywhere. So
just out of the reach of Willingham right there, but we will see Bueno coming back to the line with Shackelford in the backfield. Shackelford in the backfield, excuse me.
Third and long here. I mean, I don't know if you'd be safe and run a little draw here or try to put. We saw Aaron Bueno against West Texas couldn't get anything started against this similar wind. He was underthrowing a lot of his receivers. I don't know if you would try to float something up or try to drill something against this wind right now or not.
No, not with this wind and not with these defensive backs who already have quite a few picks on the season. So
no, they're going to run that option. And it looks like they're going to go nowhere. That was number 4 for the Lions. Ronald Fields, the defensive back we talked about quite a bit. He was there to stop Shackelford on that option, and literally it pretty much goes nowhere. I think they're marking at the line of scrimmage. So 4th and 17. We got a minute left in the first quarter. Javelinas really haven't gotten anything started so far. I mean, the total offense for the Javelinas has been 22 yards. We've only seen a total of 70 yards by both teams in this first quarter, so not a bunch of offensive movement. The 6 points that we've seen for the Lions have been a costly Bedford penalty from the Javelinas, and then
fumble.
Turnover. What did I say? Penalty?
Yeah, you said penalty, but it's a fumble.
Yeah,
Oh, good punt here from Mian.
And he's going to do something
better
with
ones.
it.
Yep.
He breaks a tackle, trying to break another one, and just engulfed by several Javelinas. I think number 42 is who I'm mainly seeing, Mike Kirksey.
Yeah, good job by the deep snapper there, Derek Tesh, the senior tight end, getting down there and put the initial hit.
If I'm the Lions right now, you got 31 seconds left. You're sitting on your own 49-yard line. I'd try for some passes here. You know, you only got the win for 31 more seconds. Get the ball down there. You know, try for this. You know, we've seen his arm. He's got a good arm.
Yeah, Seth Smith and Tyreek Rollison and Vernon
He's got
Johnson.
a 76-yard touchdown pass this season. The guy can throw. I mean, I definitely wouldn't doubt them trying to really take advantage of these last 30 seconds of wind to get them closer. So when they do switch sides, they can maybe run and get closer. They're going to do just that. Yep. There it is up the middle. Great pass right there to number 1 with the line, Seth Smith.
Seth Smith with a good catch there over the middle, coming up, breaking up underneath that safety, and making a good
Yeah,
catch over
they're
the middle.
hurrying to the line. So exactly what I just said. It's they're utilizing that wind.
19 seconds left for the Lions, and they're going to
Already
drop
stopped. They're
back.
doing that
Rollison.
exact thing, and he's
Yep.
getting pressure.
Oh, and he gets sacked right there by number 2, Robert Williams. Helmet comes off, so he's going to have to come off, but that'll stop the clock for the Lions just for a second, and it's starting back
I
up,
think they're
so
gonna let it drain
we're going
down.
to let it go. Yeah.
Yep.
So it looks like they're going to switch sides,
Yeah.
have
Well,
the wind in their face
that
this
worked
time.
though. They're all the way down to the Javelina 34-yard line right now. So great job. I think that was a smart call. As I said, really utilize that wind. But we'll see. We'll see how Rollison fares with the wind.
Yeah,
and his back.
And the thing we talked about in the opening is that Rollison is going to have trouble whenever he gets the ball, whenever he gets pressure, and he can't get the ball out of his hand real quick. So we'll see what they do now with the wind in his face. But we will come back right after this break.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, our recreation center with everything you'd expect in a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
And we're back here at Javelina Broadcast Network, and we have a whistle right off the bat. We just came back from the first quarter. It's going to be the Lions against the wind now. They had a couple good passes by Rollison there to get them closer.
Yeah, no, decent passes right there to end the first quarter for Rollison. He moved the ball almost 35 yards right there. 31. His longest was that 20-yard throw that he had over the middle to Seth Smith, who,
right.
I mean, he's leading them right now with 22 yards, but
Yep.
2 receptions, 22 yards, not a bad average
We
right
talked
there.
about Smith and Johnson getting a big majority. Howard's also done a great job tonight, so they're running the ball.
I believe that's Kai Garrett right there.
Yeah, we need to get those numbers right. That is going to be Garrett right there.
That will be Garrett right there, running the ball up the middle for the Lions, but not getting much, so we will call that a 2-yard gain. But
yeah, it's a 3rd and 8 right now.
3rd and 8. So
this is not a field goal that Martinez can make against this win. So definitely be an interesting chain of events here. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it if they don't make it. So they don't need to get the full 8 yards here. I mean, maybe go for a 4 or 5 yard slant route or something like that.
That's been another problem, though. Slant routes, they're going to have to run these stops and the curls and everything else where these receivers really stop, and it's going to look like a stop and go. Oh, and it almost gets picked off there by number 31 for the Javelinas, Forrest Jones, the freshman. I mean, this kid's been impressive thus far.
It was kind of a little. It was Tevin Godfrey, number 16, the intended target. And it was a little stop and go route, and Rollison just kind of floated it up there. It looks like a little bit of miscommunication. He kind of came towards the middle of the field in a post.
And like you said, they're going to go for it right here on 4th down and 8.
They've got to. I mean, it's the way the Javelinas have been moving the football. The wind's just kind of brutal.
Can you pooch it there?
I don't think they will. I mean, that was a good throw. It was a good pass. It was just some miscommunication. So that was the first time we got to see Rollison throw against the wind.
Yeah.
I mean,
not a bad throw, but
he's
just
do it
miscommunication. So we'll see him throw it again, and he's going to get it out, and maybe
not going to be enough.
Not going to be.
Close.
Oh, if he breaks a couple tackles, nope.
I
but
like that call.
Not going to be enough there.
Yeah, Stacey
for the
Howard
Lions.
on that quick little screen, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that or not, Ken. That's something I might have done the play before.
Yeah,
and get a few yards on to get yourself closer for a 4th down conversion there. But great job with the Javelina defense to stop them and bring some turnover on downs.
Thing you have to look at there for the Javelina is both cornerbacks were playing off the receiver. They were playing. If I'm the Javelina defense right there, I'm playing some bump and run, letting them.
I would have probably tried to do
press
something
a little
like
bit.
Too.
I would have played medium. They were playing about 8 yards back.
It worked out in their favor.
5 yards, yeah.
And Bedford's back out, so Bueno just had his one drive. So now we'll see how Bedford does with the win. I mean, he had a pretty good arm for the most part against it.
He's going to hand off here to Anthony Washington, who's going to get the edge right here and make some moves and get out about 12 yards.
That might be the first down, isn't it?
I believe it is. That's the first down for the Javelinas.
Actually, that was the second, I believe.
Second, yeah, because they had the one run from Bedford who moved it across.
Right.
But good job there by Washington for the Javelinas moving his first down.
Yeah, that completion of Mahmoud.
Yep.
As well as a great play.
Yes.
So. And it looks
Bedford
like
will hand it off again. Exact same play, looks like, and he's going to
great
rumble ahead for about 6 yards.
Yeah, that was another good handoff right there. A good decision by Bedford to give it to Washington for some great positive yards. A gain of 7 is what they're saying. 2nd and 3. So moving the football now. 2 good runs there.
Yep. So that'll put them at a 2nd and 3 from their own 44-yard line. Bedford with 2 backs, and we'll see if they go to the air here to start it out. Nope. Looks like they're going to run it again with number 48. Who's going to be? No, he's going to break, and he made breaking tackles. 48 for the Javelinas. 48, Shaz Adams, who we have not called that name before.
We have not. Shaz Adams, the sophomore out of Houston, just you know, he fought to get what he could, which is still negative yards, but broke quite a few tackles on that little excursion he took, but ended up losing 4 yards. Yeah, that play was sniffed out from the get-go, and great job there by Adams to try to do something, but
yeah, he got
still a negative 4-yard loss.
Yeah, just a good run there.
Yeah,
3rd and 7 here for the Javelinas. They kind of got to go to the air here, it looks like, but
I think they will.
They got that trips out to the right of Bedford, and one man by himself at the bottom of your screen, number 6, Shane Prater. But we will have a timeout, Javelinas. We will be back after these messages.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, our recreation center with everything you'd expect in a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And welcome back here to Javelina football. Caleb Bedford dropping back, and it looks like he's going to be sacked by big number 69, Charles Tuwe, who we talked about. That might bring his average up to about 6.5, 7, just depending on
him and Tevin
who's
Moore.
scoring it.
Him and Tevin Moore have, that might really, you're right. It's the second time we've seen him in, but he's already been, look how big he is. Yeah,
oh man,
6'3", 315-pound.
Well, he's listed
monster.
in one. He's listed on one page as 6'5", and one is 6'3", so we can't really tell. He's
the man's a beast, and he's had an amazing season so far. That was his 6 or 6.5 sack of the season, and he's already with his 5 sacks was ranked 15th in the nation. So,
so we'll see Mian's punt here,
with
third
the win.
punt with the win. So hopefully he can get something on this one. Almost blocked, and this one's going to be a good one.
And great job right there. Great recognition by number 30 by the Javelinas, Daniel Ramirez, to pick that up. It started bouncing back in the Lion way, and he picked up. So a decent punt.
Yeah, a good punt there by Mian. I mean, at least he put them back in their own zone. You know, close to their own 30-yard line. So we might see who. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do now. I mean, they have to really run the ball depending on how much this wind keeps blowing.
We'll see. Yeah, it'll be interesting. But what a night tonight, Ken. Homecoming festivities going on this week. Breast cancer awareness. You see a lot of the players with pink socks and pink ankle wraps, pink towels. This is the only game they have in October.
Yeah, number 45, Mason Stewart. I've never seen that before, but he's wearing a pink neck roll.
Yeah, the pink neck roll right there. Right.
Pretty cool.
But great support by all the fans and all the alumni and everybody putting on the great.
You and I wearing pink right now, pink ties, pink shirt. If you watched the pregame show, you saw that Denver's pink shirt. Even got pink cufflinks on Denver. That's pretty.
Why not?
Pretty nice.
Huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of good things going on this week, and a big game for the Javelinas. 0-2 in conference, and you know they've been off to a slow start. Yeah, both teams 0-0. They've been off to a slow start. 0 rushing yards so far this game.
Yeah.
Which is not the Javelina way. They're averaging over 200 rushing yards a game, and 0, already almost 20 minutes into this game is not really going to cut it. And you can see the 29 total offensive yards is a big reason of their goose egg on the scoreboard right now. So
well, 29 passing yards, which is if we're considering that moving the ball, I mean that's really moving it for them on the passing side. But we'll see what they do here. Tyreek Rollison handing the ball off to Seth Smith, number 1, who's going to get outside maybe for a yard, but good contain right there by the Javelina defense. Excuse me, number 9. 5, I believe.
That was kind of interesting there. Wasn't
Anthony Forker, number 5, yeah.
Wasn't actually a handoff. Right whenever it was snapped to Rollison, he just kind of batted it, kind of like a bump set volleyball.
We saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of that with West Texas.
Right,
they
so
did
it
that
actually
play
counted as a reception for him and a completed pass, but didn't get anything on it though. And another man in motion.
Seth Smith, same guy. So he's gonna try the hard count. Nobody moves, so he's gonna check the sideline, see what they got, and he's got the twin set out to his right, and he's gonna hand the ball off here to number 29, Kai Garrett, who's gonna rumble ahead for maybe 2 or 3 yards. It looks like. And actually it's 5 yards since they were at the original line of scrimmage, so that'll bring up 3rd and 6 from their own 35-yard line. Lions not having a ton of success on the ground or in the air, 35 and 34 before that run right there. So
they're last in the Lone Star Conference in rushing yards per game at 72, and so they're already halfway at that so far in this game, but definitely passing here on 3rd and 6, and wow, what a nice pass. Nice route there by number 8 for the Lions, Stacy Howard, their 3rd leading receiver. On the line, out of the Lion receivers, but great job to find him open on that deeper slant route there. And they're going right back into it. He's already up. Rollison already about to get the snap in. It looks like an offsides call. So them trying to hurry there. Looks like it might have been.
Zane Brown. It might be a false start because Zane Brown moved pretty slow across there. He was just making it draw.
Yeah, it's definitely against. Yeah, it's against the line there. So the Lions trying to hurry to the line and catch the defense off guard a little bit. Actually, kind of goes against them and puts them all the way back at the 50 for a 1st and 15.
Yep, watch number 6 at the bottom of your screen here. For the Lions, it's going to be Vernon Johnson. He's been a big threat. We haven't seen much out of him tonight, but I'm sure they're going to attempt to get him into the game somehow.
Yeah, and they got a freshman, Joe Crow, from the Javelinas lining up on him, so it'll be interesting. I'm sure we will see him sometime in stride. That was number 2 for the Javelinas, Robert Williams, who we've already said his name several times tonight. He's the leading tackler for the Javelinas this season. You see
Richard Cooper on the run there. Not gaining much, but maybe
4-yard gain.
4, helping them out almost back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11 here from their own 46. Low snap handled.
And there it is, as we just got done talking about, Ken.
Good defensive play there.
Yeah.
Good batting the ball down, or a good ball defense there by Lamont Hills, number 21 for the Javelinas.
Yeah, great job for him to come over there and assist Joe Crow and knocking that ball down.
Yeah,
really sandwiching Vernon Johnson there.
Yeah, good job of knowing where the ball is, getting your hands up, not letting him keep that ball in his hands. I mean, it looked like he was going to make that catch there for a second.
That would have been an awesome catch. And now we just talked about that, Ken, them using him against that, and there it was. But I'm sure we'll probably see something similar with a 3rd and 11 right here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're going to probably take another shot here, and as we said, it will be a little swing route. Number 23, Cooper, not getting enough for the 1st down, so we will see them punt. Getting a little bit closer here.
Number 41, Mark Severe, right there on that tackle.
Quite a few tackles for Severe so far.
Yeah, he's had a real good season.
Yeah.
But well, great job by the Lions to move the ball a little bit, and they're probably, I don't know, we'll see how Frosch handles himself against the wind, but a good opportunity here already at the Javelinas 44-yard line. A good opportunity for them to really pin the Javelinas deep, who have not shown to move the ball. So.
Yep, you and I watched Frosch before game, in pregame, kicking the ball around, and he did a pretty good job against the wind.
We did see that.
That's going to be a good one, it looks
nice.
like.
He's letting it bounce. Let's see what they do with it.
And it's going
what a hop.
Oh,
beautiful.
No, inside the 2-yard line, it looks like. Beautiful
job for the Lions. So, yeah, Ken, as we just said, he did a great job kicking against the wind, and that had some hang time and perfect air against that wind. And, a good job by LaFleur to let that go. It just didn't take the Javelina hop. It went the Lions' way, and that's going to be at the 3-yard line. So
line coverage team doing a good job there.
That's and honestly, they didn't even need the line coverage there. It took a perfect bounce out of bounds, but they were there to stop it. Yeah, great job overall. I mean, that's the special teams plays right there that you really look for as a special teams coach. I mean, that's perfect.
Denver, I want to point something out. I just saw Derek Tesh jog by Charles Tue, and you know Derek Tesh.
Derek's a big guy.
Derek's a big guy. Charles Tue makes him look like you or I next to Derek. So, I mean,
wow.
Oh, and this looks like a safety.
Oh, he kept it.
Oh, he did keep it. So, Caleb
tricked us there.
Bedford
Yeah,
running
it would
it
have been
out.
a safety
Yeah,
if he
that
handed
would've been a
off. So
safety.
great job by him to
Caleb
really
Bedford,
fake
yeah.
that handoff and pull it back in to get some positive yards. I mean, right now they were at their 3-yard line, now at their
Moving it up
6,
to
so it gives them a
6.
little more breathing room.
Yeah, Caleb Bedford faked you, me,
Yeah.
and that entire defensive front there for the Lions pretty much out. So
yeah, it was the linebacker right there that finally came in there and make that tackle.
good job by Bedford and Shackelford. Shackelford
Really faking
it out. So we'll see this next play for the Javelinas, and it looks like they're going to put on a little bit of a stunt. Shackelford going to get stacked up right
They
back at the
lost it
original
right
line of
back.
scrimmage, it looks like. So it's going to
Man.
be third and 10 here. It looks
Yeah.
to be for the Javelinas.
Third and a long 9.
Long 9. So
Man, so gets
Might
4,
have to put it
loses
in the air.
4, and I don't know, Ken. I don't know if you want to try to roll out and make something happen and risk
I don't think
a
rolling
fumble
it-
or a turnover right now, or
Yeah.
just anything. I mean, I don't know.
they're going to bring. It looks like they're going to bring a little bit of pressure
I
here.
try to just get a
put
little
an
more
extra
breathing
man.
room for a punt here. Not really try to force anything in an
Well,
offensive
I mean,
spot
you
like
do have
that.
Robert Armstrong out there at the top of your screen.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
by
And he's
himself.
covered by, but one of their playmakers, though, Ronald Ford, who's done a pretty great job for the Lions defensively as well as special teams-wise this season, but it'll be interesting.
Looks like they're going to hand the ball off to Shackelford, who's going to rumble ahead for about 5 yards, so giving them Mian a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, gets tripped up a little bit. It'll be his number 91, Kevin Moore, who we talked about so much. So, yeah, that was a great punt by the Lions that allowed them to, I mean, the Javelinas at the 3-yard line. That's pretty much all they could do there, and gets a little bit of breathing room. So Mian here will really get to use his leg. And honestly, Ken, if you look at your screen, I think number 4, Ronald Fields, is a little too close. He's at his own 50. Now, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if Mian can get it over his head a little bit with this wind.
Mian's got quite a leg on him, so
Yeah.
we might see. And
actually,
that's
it
a
was
knuckler right
perfect
there.
placement. It goes
Yep.
right about to the 50. He's going to let it hop, and it's going to kind of bounce backwards. Number 11 right there, as you saw, Derek Tesh grabbed right there. So they're going to get some good field position again. They're only 3 yards away from getting into their own territory.
Yeah, but tough punt right there by Mian. I mean, we've seen him punt it 60, 70 yards, and he did a decent job right there. That was a 60-plus yard punt, but
yeah, because on the punts, it's from back where the actual punter kicks, whereas the field goal, it's from that line.
the line. But, I mean, that's a 60, 70-yard punt, I believe.
53, yeah.
53, 70. So, 63-yard punt right there. But we've seen him boot it 70 yards easily. And with the wind at his back, I was thinking he was probably going to put it in somewhere in the other 30.
I thought he was going to get past it a little
looks
bit.
like we will see a different quarterback.
No.
No, is that the
That's
same?
Rollison,
That
yeah.
is Rollison? Okay. Looked to be different to me. It looked a little different, and I couldn't see a number, so.
Number 73 right there, Michael Utu, or the Javelinas, to bring down Garrett right there, and they're not
Utu's
going
a
to
big
gain
boy,
much.
too.
Yeah, he is.
Utu.
Big nose guard.
Yeah.
Javelinas running that little 3-3 right there, 3-4, excuse me, and there he is again, Utu.
And he's going to make
Look at
another
him
big
getting
play.
pumped. Great job by him to get the freshman, Garrett, once again. Garrett, the true freshman's had a pretty decent season. He's going to go out right now. It's number 23. You see checking in his position, Richard Cooper. So 3rd and 6 here.
That's been Utu's drive right here. Utu
Yeah.
6'3", 410.
Wait, what?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I already lost.
63, or 73, excuse me.
God, what a man.
Yeah, imagine going up against
I have
that,
not seen
being
him
that
walking around
center.
campus.
Yeah.
Man. Well, and he's passing. And
picked
interception.
Picked off there by the Javelinas. That's going to be number 20
31,
or 31.
I believe. 31. Forrest Jones.
Forrest Jones. That's got to be 4 or 5 for him on the year now.
Well, we're not counting that
considering,
Monterey Tech game.
Not
so
counting Monterey
you gotta
Tech
take
where he
away
had 2. So
2 from that one, but
3.
he had 2 that game.
Yes, he did. Well, I meant 3, including that before
Yeah,
this. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe that would have been 4. But we will
So-
see who's quarterbacking here. Yep, it'll be Bedford
Yeah,
again,
Bedford.
coming out
Yeah,
good.
that was kind of interesting. We
Good.
saw Bueno come out that drive.
Yeah.
Not much happened. I think they'll probably keep Bedford a majority, but still, nobody's been able to really get anything started. We've only had 34 total offensive yards.
Yep.
I mean, they have 30 yards in penalties. So
Well, we got our rushing yards up to 5. So
yeah.
hopefully we can get a bit more, and we're
we
gonna
just lost some.
lost a yard
Yeah,
right
that-
there.
As we talked about before the game, Ken, I mean, that's just a brick wall, that defensive front with,
Yeah.
2 guys that are number 1 and number 2 in the conference of Te'o and Moore. And I mean, look at our stats right now,
Yep,
This
it's
is what
proven.
the Javelinas have done, is run the football, and, they've had 5 yards, what our live stats have shown. They just lost 1, so they're back to 4 yards.
4
I mean,
yards.
I don't know.
We'll
You
see if
gotta
we
do
can
something
stretch the
different.
edges.
I would-
Look,
I'd
nobody
probably
over the top.
they
Nobody
haven't-
on
Oh,
number
no.
7, Armstrong right here, and
Oh,
it's
no.
is that fumbled?
Yeah, it's a fumble.
And it's going to be Lions
Oh,
ball.
wow.
That's the signal. Lions ball.
Yep.
Nobody over the top of Robert Armstrong right there. If he could have just, oh man, Robert Armstrong running wide open over the middle of the field. Bedford dropped
yeah,
it.
it looks like it was supposed to be a play action. Bedford kind of stuck it into Washington right there, and yeah, I don't know if he was trying to hand the ball off or if it's just that
Maybe that's one of those option plays.
I don't know.
Not a
That's
run
something they
option,
like to do,
run
but you
pass
see the
option.
coaches livid there on the sidelines. I mean, that's you know, they're already in their own red zone.
Oh yeah.
But as a team, though, the Lions have not been the best in the red zone, honestly, Ken. I mean, we talked about their third down conversions being a big factor this week. They're on 33% on third down conversions, which is not too solid. But in the red zone, they're only 74%, scoring 74% of the time. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. That's that little pass again. This time, though, to number 86 to Joshua Brown. So,
Yep.
good play there.
Yeah, good.
That's that little, I don't know, I'm like the little bump set pass. Put them in motion and just the snap and quick.
Well, that is 88, and we don't have an 88
Is it
on
88?
our roster. Yeah, we have no 88 on our
Man,
roster, so we will have to
2 weeks
wait.
in a row we've been doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, no one's covering 88, and there's Forrest Jones that goes out on him.
Forrest Jones
But
coming
a
out
great job by him right there. Let me see if I got something on him in the stats. Meanwhile, it's a handoff off the middle to number 29, Garrett once again. It looks like Zane Brown is going to be the one on the tackle.
Yeah, Zane Brown and Utu are going to be mixing it up, it looks like. Tyreek Rollison completes pass to Hayden Marsh on that last play.
Was that Hayden Marsh? So
yeah.
82. Is it saying 82? The
It's
sophomore wide receiver. Hayden Marsh has 8 catches on the year. That would have been his 9th. It looks like it is 88 from here, but they've got him listed as 82.
And it looks like we will have a false start.
Yeah, Ken, I'm
Oh,
sure.
nope, they're calling. Commerce is walking up, so it looks like it will be against the Javelinas. So encroachment on the Javelinas.
Oh man, that's a bad time for that penalty right there.
Yes, it is.
You know,
I mean, it's never a good time for one, but
no, well, never a good time. But you know, the Javelinas had a chance. It was a third down conversion. They had a chance to maybe get them to another field goal. And now you got a fresh set of downs right there on your own 5-yard line.
yeah, making it first and goal on the 5 for the Lions. So
we have a different quarterback in now, Ken. That's number 15, Harrison Stewart.
He's thrown 2 passes, has 2 picks, so we'll see what he's.
Yeah, Harrison Stewart's actually 6 for 16 with 2 interceptions. But he is a bigger guy. I guess they're probably going to try to power it in with him.
Probably more of that Blake Bell bulldozer running game right there.
That didn't quite work for Oklahoma today. That was a UT pulling off that upset. But yeah, he's a big boy, much bigger than Tyreek Rollison.
Yep, and he will stay in the game here. I actually saw them do this quite a bit against West Texas, so they will fake that handoff
there
again
he is
and run
running,
that
and
power.
he's in there. What a big guy. So smart play call right there, Ken. Bring in your big quarterback, and that's actually going to be the 4th rushing touchdown on the year. All 3 of them have been by Garrett, who you've seen tonight, and that's the first one by a Lion quarterback, the first rushing touchdown. So not looking too great for the Javelinas. Turnovers have really got them. I mean, the offense hasn't really gotten started for Commerce.
Until right there.
Well, I mean,
but not really.
Even then, they only had 17 yards to go. So
that was a
it's,
goal
it's,
line package too.
It's been penalties and turnovers that have really gotten him. So now we're going to see the first extra point attempt by Martinez Knight. He's only missed 1 on the year. He's 23 for 24, and he's going to be 24 for 25 after that one. Again, with 4 minutes left in the second quarter, Javelinas only have 29 total offensive yards and are 13-0.
Yep. And as you said, 5 penalties for 35 yards for the Javelinas. But we will talk right after this break from these sponsors.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, our recreation center with everything you'd expect at a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
the sun.
So they're going to get a return here. It's a little pooch kick. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. Hey, fair catches. I didn't quite see the fair catch. That's number 25 right there for the Javelinas, Joe Crow, who made that fair catch there. But yeah,
that was number 11, Derek Tesh.
How the heck was I that far off? 25 and 11. Regardless,
yeah, either way,
a fair catch was made. The Javelinas are going to have the best field position they've had all night now, and they're just going to have to get something going. I mean, they 29 yards. What they're going to need to do is just they haven't been able to establish that running game. The defensive front of the lines is just too strong. We haven't seen any of their screens. They like to run those quick screens to Armstrong, to Shackelford. You know, try something else. Establish something else. That first drive, they had some good passes. I mean, they were moving the ball. So those quick routes to Armstrong, some quick routes. But a big penalty we're going to see right now.
Oh,
that's
man.
going to give the Javelinas an even better. So at their own 50-yard line. Kid, this is exactly what they needed.
Yes,
you know,
it is.
They still have a goose egg on the board, 13-0 in the Lions' favor, and we see another quarterback. It's number 14, Dean Brantley. He's been the only quarterback that hasn't thrown an interception out of the 4 Javelina quarterbacks this season. So let's see if he can move the football now. Already dropping back, already going deep. Number 12.
Oh man, he
almost
had him
makes
beat
an amazing play. That was number 12, Musa Mahmad, and it looks like he just turned the wrong way there. I mean, the wind is blowing in that direction. It looks like he would turn to the opposing shoulder. Might have made it, but a great job right there by Brantley, Dean Brantley.
Good throw by Brantley,
yeah,
back shoulder. Mahmoud just couldn't
Man.
turn around and make the catch, but a good throw there by Brantley.
Pass.
Yeah,
I mean, that couldn't have been any better. Oh, I mean, great job by Mahmoud to make a good move there to burn his defender, number 34, Traven Johnson. So Brantley is probably going to stay in this drive with his arm. And, you know, they got to do something different because the running game is just not working.
Yeah, and actually Brantley taking a good snap there. Shackelford running through a tackle, and he's going to get maybe 1 yard off of that run, but good breaking that tackle to keep it positive through the on the ground. So we might actually see the first rushing yard, so that'll bring him up to maybe 30 yards if they give him a yards.
33, Alan Beatley's able to take down Shackelford, who runs with such authority, but we're gonna have to see a pass here.
Absolutely. I mean, 3rd and 9 here for the Javelinas on their 49.
You got Tesh and Armstrong, as well as Clyde Lee, all lined up out here. 3rd and 9. Brantley's stepping back.
Kriggs is where he's looking to.
Pass to Armstrong,
who's going to make the catch.
Yep.
16, 17 yards on that catch right there, moving the chains for the Javelinas, so we will see them hurry back up to the line. Brantley looking for his signs, doing a good job of managing this offense. He's probably the best game manager, and I hate to use that word, but game manager on this side among these 4 quarterbacks.
I agree, Ken. He's been around the program for so many years now. He's a senior. The guy's got a good arm. He's kind of been the most consistent, and I like the decision to use him right now with that win. He's looking to pass again. Another good pass to Mahmoud.
Right there.
We've heard a lot of Mahmoud tonight. That was number 34 of the Lions, Traven Johnson, who's been covering him, able to make the tackle real quick, but not before the damage is done. Almost near a first down, and it looks like
they will move the chains right there for the Javelinas.
They are moving it, so a nice 10-yard gain there. Back-to-back first downs through the air for Brantley and the Javelinas, and they're almost in the red zone.
And coming out of the game right there, Tue, who's been the #1 pass rusher. So we'll see Brantley moving up in the pocket, making a throw. Another catch there to Robert Armstrong, who's going to get down.
He reaches.
And he reaches. It's touchdown.
What
Javelinas.
a play. What a sequence of events right there. 3 great passes. Brantley able to find a little hole right there, step up in that pocket, make that play to Robert Armstrong. Armstrong fighting off 2 defenders, has a little bit of Shackelford in him, and reaches out just enough to get his second receiving touchdown, first in the conference, or his first LSC touchdown of the season. So that's gonna bring up Matt Stoll for an extra point.
Yep,
so that's
Robert
exactly
Armstrong.
what the Javelinas needed, Ken.
That was a senior-to-senior connection right there, and that was what they needed. Those guys needing that real bad. So we might see Brantley coming in here for the rest of the game.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean,
he's been working the last couple weeks, and he hasn't been in the game. He comes in the game, and bam, 50-yard drive, which doubles the total amount of yards they've had all game. So great job for the arm of Brantley to really utilize that win. And Ken, the only complaint I had about any of those passes was that first reception we saw to Armstrong. It was a little bit behind him, but Armstrong, being the athlete he is, able to make that play. Just a great job all around there by Brantley, the offensive line for the Javelinas, and good route running by the wide receivers, able to make those plays.
Well, the best thing about that drive that I saw, Javelinas, was Brantley moving up in the pocket and not really letting this defensive pass rush make any big plays. But, the biggest thing for them on that drive was them moving the ball through the air with Brantley. And, you know, that's the biggest thing we're going to see is that okay, so, all right, sorry, excuse me. That's going to be the big thing through the rest of this half. I mean, these last 2 minutes, 38 seconds they're going to have is them moving the ball through the air with Brantley and getting these playmakers the ball.
Right. Yeah, that was exactly what I totally agree with every play they had there. The running game has not been established, hasn't worked, and they've got 1 offensive yard. You know, bring in your senior who's been the most successful through the air in the sense of completion percentage and smart decisions. He's only, like I said, the only quarterback without an interception thrown. And he does an amazing job, you know. That was a great sequence of events there.
And actually you can feel the Javelina crowd on this student side getting really into it. This
Javelinas, it's actually a ball game this week. 13-7 right now. You know, this is a game the Javelinas have won 13 out of the last 16 times against this team. And Matt Stoll's kick's going to go in the end zone. Number 6 for the Lions is going to Vernon Johnson. He's just going to take a knee in the end zone. So, Ken, I don't know. I think you kind of play a little relaxed. I don't know. Do you try to move down the field against the wind? 2 minutes and 38 seconds left.
If I'm Commerce, I'm definitely trying to move it. I mean,
you're going to move the ball, but are you going to move the ball through the air?
Well, the Javelinas get the ball back with the wind again after this.
Actually, after halftime, it's going to be because the Javelinas got the ball first, I believe. Did they not? Yes.
Yes, they did.
We will be seeing the Lions get the ball. So I'm wondering if they really are going to try to maybe force some things. I mean, the quarterback, you know, he's had some success.
Yeah, I don't know if you force it. I think you let these receivers really work. Maybe. Get them, try to get them open.
I'm wondering if they don't keep it on the ground and just kind of melt some clock out.
Well, it looks like that's what they're going to do, and it'll be number. It looks like number 99, Zane Brown, in there making that first contact. But coming up and cleaning it up, number 35 for the Javelinas, Brandon James, who's we talked about as one of their biggest playmakers. I mean, he leads the team in tackles coming into this, so. He's been stepping up and making some big plays.
Yeah.
So we will see Rollison coming to the line for the Lions. This crowd really getting into it. Looks like a and they'll get it out to their big playmaker.
Whoa,
who's going to stay on his feet.
So a great job right there by Vernon Johnson. That was a nice quick screen. Great blocking on the outside, but we do have a flag.
Yes, we do. So, and this looks to be possibly.
I'm sure it's against the Lions.
Yeah, we'll see what the ref says here.
Yep.
Chop block against the Lions. So it is coming back. Vernon Johnson's
so that's
player.
We do have an injured Javelina also. If you look down around the 43-yard line, I can't quite tell you who it is. Trainers are out there.
So on that pass right there, Denver, Tyreek Rollison making a good throw over the middle. Well, out to his receiver.
Right.
Right there. Vernon Johnson, who we talked about having to have a good game this week to help the Lions win, but he did a good job right there of really evading tacklers and making his way all the way up to that third level of the defense and making the guys making that defensive backfield tackle him. It's number 5 Forker, who was hurt on the play. Looks like he's coming off on his own.
Anthony Forker, who defensive back that leads the team in tackles for loss.
Yeah.
And which is pretty awesome as a defensive back, but a real aggressive guy, Anthony Forker. Hopefully it's not too bad for him. Avelina's going to need him, but yeah, that penalty really, really hurt the Lions and put them back. 2nd and 22, Ken, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean, the clock is ticking.
Yes,
if I was the Javelinas right now, I might be thinking about a timeout. You know, I mean,
well,
they're not. I wouldn't doubt. I mean, this first down is gonna be hard to come by against this win.
2nd and 22. I mean, you can kind of guess what they're going to do, and they do exactly that, getting it out to Vernon Johnson.
I'd call a timeout right now.
It looks like they might. Nope, no, they're not going to do that. I mean, 3rd and 22.
Call a timeout. I mean,
they are doing it. They are calling a timeout. Good job there by Coach.
I mean, 3rd and 21. You know, they're probably. I would put the ball on the ground. They're gonna make the Javelinas have another timeout, but then the Javelinas, you know, we're gonna have the win, so they're not gonna get a good punt off. They'll have another chance to.
Yeah, good job there by Coach Cal calling the timeout, and we are going to take a timeout here as well. We'll be back after these messages.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning. 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash? 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
And we're back here with Javelina football. Sorry, folks, we had a little extended break there and just missed an extended draw play. A decent run, 12-yard gain right there by Garrett, but not enough as it was a long 4th and 20 or 3rd and 21. So that's gonna bring up 4th and 9. The Javelinas did just call another timeout. So now we're gonna have Frosch, who he's had a good leg. He's done a decent job kicking against the wind, but a minute and 26 seconds left. The Javelinas are out of timeout. Patrick LaFleur is in the backfield. He's gonna need a pretty decent, smart return here, and you know, that'll give the Javelinas time for. I'm sure we'll see Brantley again to maybe make something happen.
Well, minute 26, they got plenty of time to get there as long as he can get a decent return here, and it's a low line drive. It's going to be picked up and taken right down to the ground.
Man, that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's pretty dangerous right there.
I think it's number 25 right there.
Yeah,
it's Cameron Napoleon who goes down there, the freshman who just went down there and stormed on him. And I mean, yeah, that's, I guess, a good thing he did grab that and hold on to it, because that ball would have rolled a little bit more.
Yeah, it would have.
But that's a great punt against the wind. I mean, that's kind of what the Lions needed right there.
Low line drive.
The Javelinas, who we saw only have 29 total yards of offense until last drive when Brantley led them on that 50-yard touchdown drive. We'll have a chance right now with a minute and 17 seconds left to maybe put some more points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, Brantley out there again. Brantley's going to drop back. Quick pass out to number 1.
Out of bounds.
Clyde Lee. Got to get out of bounds here, and he's going to do just that. Good job by Lee after that 5-yard gain of getting out of bounds. So
that was Armstrong, actually.
Was that Armstrong?
Yeah, that number 7 and number 1 look real similar. It's gotten me a few times tonight, too.
This font's really tough to read from up here. So.
Yeah, but a great little out route right there, and smart job to get out of bounds. Only wasted 5 seconds, got 5 yards.
Have the dual twin set here with Shackelford in the backfield with Brantley. So we will see what Brantley can do with 2nd and 5, and he's going to get another out route to Armstrong, and it's going to be just out of reach of Armstrong, bringing up 3rd and 4 for the Javelinas.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the first pass we've actually that hasn't been catchable out of the arm of Brantley tonight. He's done a pretty good job, and I wouldn't be surprised him getting in the air again. I mean, however, the Lions do have 3 timeouts, but
I don't know if they're going to use them here without letting that 4th down come up. So if we can get
we'll see what
Brantley
happens.
can get a 1st down right here, that'll really impede their use of those timeouts, I think. Brantley's going to drop back a little screen pass,
and it is totally sniffed out. That's number 19 right
Cole
there.
Pitts, who we talked about in the opening, he's pretty high up there on their tackle list, and he did a good job of sniffing out that screen. We talked about he is more of their pass defense, pass defender in the linebacker spot, but we will talk more about that when we come back from break.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, our recreation center with everything you'd expect at a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Safely is just a click away, but making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size.
We know what you told us.
There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat. Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And we're back, and once again, sorry for the delayed break. You missed a blocked punt right there, so an unfortunate outcome for the Javelinas right there. Mian ready to punt. It's blocked, I believe, by number 32, which we checked, and there's nothing in our roster for him. But number 32 had that blocked, and he ran it back for a touchdown. So that's exactly what the Javelinas did not need going into halftime. You know,
Yeah.
they had the momentum behind the arm of Brantley there and scoring, and it's a Martinez extra point that's going to be good. So 20-7. I mean, again, it was 13-0. We just had a quick, with 4 minutes left, it was 13-0. We had a quick, good drive by the Javelinas to make it 13-7. Good defensive stand there to have a chance to do something. They don't, and then it kind of gets back and bites them as somebody missed a block there to allow for that block punt, which turned into the 5th defensive touchdown for the.
Well, are those considered defensive touchdowns? If
I
it's
mean,
a
that
block
is the
punt?
defense. You're on defense still. Regardless, the defense for the Lions have had some.
Special teams
but regardless, the defensive. Special teams and defense, that's their 5th touchdown.
Well, they're showing us that we were wrong also. 65 rushing yards, 68 passing yards, 133 yards total for. But the big thing is their 4 penalties for 50 yards.
Yeah,
that one turnover.
We saw that one earlier.
Yeah, and then that one pick that was thrown by Rollison, giving him his 5th pick on the year. So.
Wow, so the loud crowd here in Kingsville just kind of totally, you heard a big, oh, right as the kick was blocked there. And everybody just went silent as it was marched into the end zone.
Well,
so
you and I were pretty much saying the same thing.
Yeah,
just kind of a despair.
Unfortunate. But here we have 57 seconds left. I'm sure we're going to see a return here. They've decided to pooch it again.
Yeah, and it looks like.
Let it go out. Oh, no. Wow, so almost works as kind of an onside kick.
Yeah, I think that's what they're really hoping for.
Yeah, number 6 right there, Shane Prater, who falls on it. And Ken, no timeouts left, 56 seconds. You know, you're at your own 27-yard line. I think that was going to keep it on the ground here and just kind of.
I don't know. I mean,
let it go.
that might be also what these Lion defenders are thinking too, that they're going to keep it on the ground, but they're sending Brantley out there once again. So
yeah, they're sending him out there. I think he's going to stay in the game the rest of our game. But I don't think we're going to see his arm.
I think you might tease it one time here, just let Shackelford run for maybe 3 or 4 yards, and then maybe shoot one deep.
With the wind. You do have the wind. I don't know. It'll be real interesting to see if they try to force something
you got
down
the dual
13
twins
with
packages.
Well, they are doing that.
They're doing that, and it looks like over the top you got Mahmoud, who's going to be open for about a 11 or 12-yard catch there. Good job by Mahmoud, and
the clock does stop on first down.
Yes, it does. So 50 seconds left here for the Javelinas, and the ball is set, so the clock will restart. Brantley getting to the line. Oh, come on, tick, 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 guys. You got to move it quicker here.
Yeah, we're already down to 40 seconds, and here comes the snap.
Same set, and they're going to.
Oh, no.
Oh,
man.
That's
horrible. Look at Armstrong all the way down the field right now. That's crucial because there's no timeout. So.
Well, that looks like it might end the half for the Javelinas,
They're
possibly.
gonna keep going.
Oh, they got one more play in them. Looks like here, 25 seconds left.
Yeah,
but they are slowly. Yeah, it's slow here for the Javelinas. That's the problem with this defense is you have to look in.
Look how close the defenders are playing for the Lions.
Yep,
I'm throwing up to Mahmoud right now.
Playing that bump and run right here.
Throw that fade route up, and there's a fade to the opposite side, and oh no.
Oh, it's going to be picked off.
Oh man,
and looks like he's got lots of green area in front of him, so he's going to run it all the way back.
That's what I was talking about, Ken. You can't let that happen. You know, you can't force things like that. So that's just total unfortunate. You know, the Javelinas could have taken this game into halftime, 13-7, which is very reasonable. And they, you know, a blocked punt and a forced pass. You know, I don't agree with it, and it definitely bites them. And now you got 26-7.
You got to overthrow that ball instead of underthrow it, especially with the wind at your back.
We apologize. Who was the Lion there that had that nice pick?
I believe that was number
11.
11. No, here we'll check once we get the.
Sorry about that. We're too disappointed on the performance there. Didn't get to tell you who made it. It was a great interception. Great job for him to take it down the sideline. Was it Napoleon, the freshman?
Napoleon returned 52 yards for a touchdown.
We've been saying his name a lot today. I didn't really talk about him too much or see too much out of him on film, and he's having quite a game tonight, which is what they needed. But the kick is good once again for Martinez. So 27-7, and Ken, just literally less than 4 minutes ago, we had a 13-7 ball game.
Yep, and this was the big thing that that they did last week. They really held that Midwestern State running back at bay, and that was their big guy. That was their big go-to guy until the very end of that game when they gave up quite a few points very quickly, and we're seeing it again. So.
And can we see with the?
But it's been on special teams and defense.
With Commerce has 385 yards of offense per game. They give up 400 yards per game. They give up more. And yet they still win these ball games. I mean, they've won all these non-conference ball games. Tonight, only 133 yards on offense through the first half, 27 points on the board.
Well, but they've only given up
points.
86
Yeah,
yards.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what you need. It's not just their offense, but you see special teams just having a heck of a day.
Yes.
Defense, and that's been big for them. So we literally just talked about having 4 defensive touchdowns on the season.
Well,
We've seen 2 right there in the last, last minute. And so whenever you've got big clutch plays that you can make, and Rollison and the rest of your team can just sit on the sidelines. I mean, Rollison, it was 13-7 the last time Rollison saw the field, and now it's 27-7, and your star quarterback hasn't even got to see the field for 14 straight points. So just
that was actually Dean Brantley's first pick of the year.
Yeah,
so
man.
But whenever you've played 4 quarterbacks, I mean, he can't really get a ton.
I'm surprised they didn't squib it there.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably going to take out the Corey up. That's going to be the end of it. Ooh. Oh. Great hit. It's going to knock his helmet off there. That's that 88 we see again. I guess we're going to call him number 82 as we saw him earlier, Hayden Marsh. But he's going to get that last tackle right there on number 6, Prater, to end a nasty ending half for the Javelinas. I mean, they were back in it. They were getting back in it. Crowd, the stands are going crazy, and just a blocked punt and an interception, both returned for touchdowns, it's going to haunt them going into the locker rooms.
Yeah, it will, but we will be back here in a moment with our halftime festivities this homecoming weekend. So, Denver, from you and I, we'll sign out here until we come back after the half. See you guys in a bit.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better. As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, a recreation center with everything you'd expect in a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.